Okay, so this morning I just want to talk to you about if you have about cubes and volume. And if you have really small cubes, like if each side is 1/3 of an inch, so length, width, height, depth, whatever you want to call the three dimensions, are all the same, 1/3 of an inch. So the volume of that, it sounds strange to think that the volume, if you do know it's length times width times height, if you do 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3, you can get 1/27th. Or if you just knew to do 1/3 to the third power, because that's three times the same base, you would do the same thing. You get 1/27th. 3 times 3 times 3 is still 1/27th. Now, that's cubic inches, but that's a really small amount. And you wonder why the number shrank from 1/3 to 1/27th. Well, you might recognize that multiplying by fractions actually makes things get smaller and smaller, and that's a general rule. But also, the reason the answer is 1/27th is because it would take 27 of these small cubes to make a 1-inch cube, or a cube with dimensions of 1 by 1 by 1. So that's why the answer still makes sense, because if you think about it, it would take 3/1/3 to get to 1 inch here. It would take 3/1/3 here, and it would take 3/1/3 here, right? You can sort of imagine breaking it up into three parts, because it's 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. So there's 3 by 3. In essence, there's 3 by 3 by 3 of the smaller cubes, and 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So there's a correlation there between how many cubes it takes and the answer written as a small fraction, right? So if you had side lengths instead of 1/3 of 1/4, it would make sense that it takes even more of those itty bitty cubes to fit. And if you were to follow this pattern that I've just been showing you, you would know that volume is 1/4 times 1/4 times 1/4. And what that tells you is it takes how many cubes to fill up a 1-inch cube? 64. And so use that knowledge.